it's like, for myself, the last couple of years, it's been, because of what I've learned or been aware of previously, it's been like, you've got to let go, you've got to let go, let go. And I've been trying so hard to let go. And I just keep going round in circles, and then it's like, but that's part of the ego, letting go, because who's the one letting go? And what is there to let go of? That's part of that's happening in being, within
Yes.
the being that I am.
Yes.
Being doesn't need to let go.
Being is
Or give up.
totally content with
Yeah.
what is.
So, I mean, that's a big thing in, like, you know, the sort of spiritual journey in a lot of, you know, different teaching. It's all about letting go and letting go of the ego.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a real mess.
And
And of course, words have such limitation also. What's being shared here today cannot be described. It simply cannot be talked about. All we can do is point to it, and, you know, in this question and answer thing, simply reveal the inadequacy of the mind to describe humanity and human beingness. Who can choose to let go?
yeah,
Nobody.
That's the conclusion I came to. It's
That's the troublemaker.
yeah.
All along, yeah.
Yeah, I know, she's a big fat troublemaker.
You can't even get rid of it.
Yes, but I've been trying to get rid of her, but it's like, no, it's like what you resist persists, so it's like,
You've been trying to get rid of the troublemaker.
yeah, I've been,
Ego
Well,
gets
that
bigger and
seems a
bigger, the more you
pity.
poke it, the more
like, get rid of her and
Yeah.
it'll all be sorted, you know. the Muslim one, you know, and the doubting one, and the one who, you know, doesn't know how to let go, and, you know, it's like, if I get rid of her.
Well, in a way, I don't know much about the Muslim community, but it's held by a very strong sense of belief. That's obvious and clear, and belief is inevitably accompanied by doubt. In a family system, it's highly likely that somebody has to express that doubt. What can be done with that? Nobody can choose. There's just what's happening. There's just movement in being for nobody.
I realised after I, you know, had my breakthrough session with you, and sort of little things have been like trickling through, and above that, there's been I can totally relate to what you were saying, because I've been feeling exactly the same. But then again, as I was listening to you, I sort of remembered, and it's like there's a pull, and I'm drawn to you, you know, and it's like magnetic. It's like I'm being pulled to or into something. I can't, but there's also and it's like I want it, and I want to just sink into it and let it, and just be sort of, I can't even, it's like a yearning, you know, just to sink and but then there's this, it's like a fear, like I'm getting overwhelmed, I'm getting overtaken, and I'm gonna disappear.
Well, if you you know,
But
that's exactly what can happen in Secret Garden. Of course,
Yeah,
it's death.
yeah,
So there might be a love of what's shared, and inevitably, until there is nobody, there will be a degree of fear and resistance. Sometimes that's very obvious, some people hide it, and that's, in a sense, a lot trickier.
I think I've been doing that, hiding.
It's been quite visible actually.
Oh, okay. Well,
And that,
not to me.
none of it is right or wrong.
Yeah.
What's resonating is essence, is the sweet, tender, prickly, deathly, unconditional love in being, in boundless freedom, that will never compromise in order to please you. This message is completely uncompromising. It won't give a solve for the separate self. It won't make you believe you're going to go to heaven if you do the right thing, or that you're going to be saved. There's just being. And in Secret Garden, there's a shared beingness. That's it. That's it. In some Secret Garden explorations, which are definitely not to be confused with this, there is a deliberate investigation of the stuff that people can be haunted by or confused by or want to go deeper into, conscious lovemaking, or how to work with the mind in order to release what limits awareness. Now, they are tools and approaches and explorations for the separate self, okay? And it's intelligent to do that. If there's a prison, if life isn't whole, even if it is, welcome, but it's not what's happening now. There's nothing here whatsoever for the separate self in this meeting, nothing. Nothing that will make the self feel safe or considered or important or meaningful. That doesn't mean that healing doesn't happen in Secret Garden. Of course it does. Healing is actually wholeness. To be healed is to be whole at bottom. And if you're going to do those explorations, if you're going to be involved in therapeutic interventions, etc., do that with boundless freedom. There's boundless freedom here. There's no agenda. There's nobody in the way. There's nobody trying to get to a certain point. That actually, strangely, paradoxically, is very powerful. But it's not what's happening now. What's being shared here is there is nobody there that can ever do anything about anything. There is nobody there who's ever been responsible for making any choice. That doesn't mean guilt might not arise, or projection, but that guilt's just seen as what's happening. And in that freedom, there's nothing for it to stick to or hang around for. An identity isn't made from it.
I sort of realised how I was trying to handle my, the Muslim projection, because I realised that's what it is.
It's massive.
It's huge. Thought I could deal with it on my own, but I'm asking for help, so that's good. But
you won't have any help here, but you're free to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I mean, by coming here and meeting you and getting in touch, I realised that you need to share, and
something can let go on its own.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what I mean. That, thank God, that's what I finally realised, because I've been trying so hard to let go, so then I'd know how to handle things in my life and with my family. But then I realised the one who was doing that was still part of their ego, and actually
there's nothing wrong with the ego.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've realised that it's okay, and it's nothing. I don't like, that it's all okay. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not right, it's not wrong, and
Okay,
I'm
so
not doing anything wrong.
all right. So what you were doing with your family was part of the ego, and therefore,
Because I was trying to explain to them and justify that I wasn't doing anything wrong and that I'm okay as I am,
okay.
and that I'm not moving away from God. But now it's, and I was always like that, like defensive, because it's sort of, and but I've spoke to some of my family since I met you, came a few weeks ago, and I'm just letting it all be, like, the ones who's on the defensive, and I just let it all be, and I'm listening more as well to whoever I'm speaking.
So there's a little less me there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to convince. It was like I was trying to convince them because obviously wanted to help
That
them.
is never going to happen.
Yeah, well, I realised that
there
yeah.
is way too much at stake
Yeah, I realised
for that family to let go of eons
Yeah,
of belief systems.
yeah,
There's nothing wrong with those belief systems. It's what's happening in those bodies.
yeah,
And you'd need a bulldozer, a world war, and utter destruction for those belief systems to disappear.
Yeah.
That, I'm not joking.
yeah.
Even in the most conscious environments, in the most conscious relating, projection can happen if there's any separate self, and it is war. So the apparent, if the apparent me has less strength in it, is less fierce in its defences, it can simply step aside. There's no choice in that, it's simply what feels natural and good. There's a natural moving towards pleasure and away from pain that's always going on.
That's what I realised. And I also, I can literally see it happening. Like when I'm talking, and I'll start, very calm and open, and just, but then I can see when I get into that debating with whoever it is. It can be family, it can be a friend, and I get
So
to
who needs to debate?
exactly. But it's not. But what I'm realising is, let that be.
Yes.
You don't try to change it or stop it. You let it be and be aware.
Well, nobody can let it be.
Yeah.
But in the absence of that fighting me, there can be simply